Are you curious about the most shocking moments in courtroom history? From convicts collapsing in shock to tragic judicial oversights leading to death, join us as we explore the harrowing stories of those who faced their final moments in the courtroom. Make sure to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for more update. Today we're diving into a chilling topic, convicts that got killed in court. From shocking courtroom collapses to deadly judicial mishaps, we'll uncover the harrowing stories of individuals who faced their final moments right in the courtroom. Diana Lovejoy's courtroom collapse. In a courtroom scene that felt like something straight out of a movie, Diana Lovejoy's trial took a dramatic and tragic turn. Diana, who was found guilty of plotting to kill her husband, was hit with a shocking verdict. The courtroom buzzed with tension as the judge read out the charges. Diana, 45, was convicted on November 13, 2017 of conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder alongside her co-defendant, Weldon McDavid Jr. As the verdict was announced, the atmosphere was filled with gasps and murmurs from the audience. Diana, overwhelmed by the verdict, suddenly collapsed in court, adding to the chaos of the moment. The scene was a whirlwind of shock and despair as her fainting spell added a heartbreaking layer to the already intense proceedings. The verdict and collapse. On a dramatic day in a California courtroom, Diana Lovejoy faced a shocking verdict. The jury found her guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. As the judge read the verdict, Lovejoy, who was 45 at the time, looked overwhelmed. Witnesses described how her face turned pale and she started swaying before collapsing to the floor in a faint. The courtroom was filled with gasps and whispers as her sudden collapse added to the chaos of the moment. The judge, focused on explaining the charges and the upcoming sentencing, initially did not notice Lovejoy's distress. Despite her husband's survival, the legal troubles for Lovejoy and her co-defendant, Weldon K. McDavid Jr., were far from over. Both were found guilty on serious charges, including conspiracy and attempted murder. McDavid, Lovejoy's firearms instructor, was convicted alongside her for their roles in the botched murder plot. The case, which included allegations of a planned hit against Lovejoy's husband, had captivated the public and left a lasting impact on everyone involved. The charges. The situation was intense in the courtroom. Diana Lovejoy faced serious charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder. She was found guilty of plotting to kill her husband, Greg Mulvihill. As the judge read out the details of her sentence, the drama in the room was palpable. Lovejoy appeared deeply shocked and struggled to keep her composure. Her reaction was clear. She seemed unable to fully grasp the gravity of the situation. The tension in the courtroom was high as she tried to stay conscious amidst the overwhelming news of her sentencing, medical attention, and aftermath. When Diana Lovejoy fainted in the courtroom, everyone gasped. Her family, visibly shaken, immediately called for medical help. Judge Von Kalinowski quickly cleared the room so paramedics could get to Lovejoy. They rushed her out on a gurney, showing just how intense the situation had become. At the same time, Weldon McDavid, who was also found guilty, started crying. The judge sentenced Lovejoy to a minimum of 25 years to life in prison, while McDavid received a sentence of 50 years to life. Their legal troubles were linked to a messy divorce and personal grudges that sadly ended in violence. Sandra Twiggs' fatal courtroom incident. In a heartbreaking case, Sandra Twiggs, a 59-year-old woman struggling with several health problems, found herself in a courtroom situation that would tragically lead to her death. Sandra had serious medical issues that needed constant attention, but during her court appearance, these needs were sadly overlooked. As the case went on, it became clear that the courtroom lacked the necessary sensitivity and care for her condition. The disregard for her health was not just a minor oversight, it had severe and fatal consequences. Sandra's death has highlighted a major problem in the judicial system. The failure to address and accommodate a defendant's medical needs can have dire outcomes. This case serves as a stark reminder of the importance of considering and respecting the health conditions of individuals involved in legal proceedings, ensuring that their well-being is not neglected in the pursuit of justice. The courtroom scene. Sandra Twiggs showed up in court for a misdemeanor charge related to a fight with her 18-year-old daughter. Sandra was dealing with several serious health problems like asthma, diabetes, and lung disease. Even though her health was a big concern, Judge Marilee Ehrlich didn't seem very understanding. At first, Judge Ehrlich appeared polite, but her attitude changed quickly as the court session went on. Sandra's serious health issues were not given the attention they needed, making the whole situation even more difficult for her. The judge's conduct. As the case went on, Judge Ehrlich's patience seemed to run out. Sandra Twiggs was having a hard time answering questions because her health was getting worse. Instead of being understanding, Judge Ehrlich became more and more annoyed. She didn't show any concern for Sandra's health and instead became short and dismissive. Sandra struggled to explain how bad she was feeling. to care. It was clear that Judge Ehrlich was lacking in empathy, making the situation even harder for Sandra. The fatal outcome. Twiggs was already battling some serious health issues when she found herself in court, which only made things harder for her. The stress of the courtroom environment took a huge toll on her well-being. Tragically, not long after her court appearance, she passed away peacefully in her sleep. She had tried to share just how tough things were for her, but her anxiety and breathing problems made it very difficult for her to fully explain what she was going through. The combination of this intense stress and her ongoing health problems proved too much for her to handle. Despite her efforts to communicate her struggles, the situation became overwhelming and her condition worsened. In the end, the weight of her health issues and the added stress from the court led to her untimely death, reactions, and consequences. After Twiggs passed away, her death stirred up a lot of criticism. Chief Administrative Judge Jack Tudor was visibly upset and disappointed with Judge Ehrlich's actions, calling her behavior unacceptable. This was especially shocking because Ehrlich had already announced her retirement. Public Defender Howard Finkelstein also spoke out, criticizing Ehrlich's aggressive behavior and questioning her suitability for the bench. The whole situation sparked a lot of discussions about how the courts deal with defendants who have serious health problems. Many people started calling for more accountability and changes in how the judicial system handles such cases. They felt that there should be better procedures in place to protect individuals in vulnerable health situations and ensure that judges are acting appropriately. The cases of Diana Lovejoy and Sandra Twiggs underscore the intense emotional and physical toll that courtroom experiences can have. Lovejoy's dramatic collapse and Twiggs' tragic death reveal the profound impact that legal battles and courtroom environments can have on individuals, particularly those in vulnerable states. Thank you for watching. If you found these courtroom dramas as gripping as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the world of true crime and legal drama. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.